Hello everyone. Today we are going to see what is the ER diagram. Okay. In previous lecture we have studied about the different mapping cardinalities. Okay. In this lecture we are going to see what is the ER diagram. Okay. First of all, what is ER diagram? Okay. What is ER diagram? ER diagram is the pictorial representation or diagrammatical representation of your entities. Okay. The pictorial representation of data using different conventions. We have to use different symbols or different conventions to draw the ER diagram. Okay. Then the convention shows the relation between the data objects. Okay. We have to show the conventions by using the relation between the data objects. Okay. The data objects are used to relate each other by using various types of your conventions. Okay. Conventions means what? These are the different spatial symbols. Okay, these are the different spatial symbols which are used to draw ER diagram. Okay, your entities are related by using various spatial symbols, and we have to draw the ER diagram by using relation between the data objects. Okay, this is nothing but your ER diagram. Okay. These are the spatial symbols which we are going to use in the drawing of ER diagram. Okay. First one is your rectangle. Okay. Rectangle is used to show your entity. Okay. Then double rectangle. The double rectangle is used to show your weak entity. Okay. Then this is ellipse. Okay. Ellipse is used to show the attribute. Okay. To show the attribute. Then ellipse with underline. Okay. Ellipse with underline is used to show key attributes. Okay. To show key attributes. Okay. Then multi-value attribute is also shown by double ellipse. Okay. By using double ellipse. These are the spatial symbols which are used to draw the ER diagram. There are many symbols. Okay, we will see all the symbols in actual example of your ER diagram. In next lecture, we are going to see the actual example of your ER diagram. Okay, how now we will see how the entities are represented by using these spatial symbols. Okay, we have to see the spatial symbols which are used to draw the ER diagram. Okay, first entity. Okay, entity shows the relation with these are the two different entities which are first one is employee and second one is your department. Okay, employee works for your department. Okay, this is the diamond. Okay, the diamond shows the relation between your two entities. Okay, relation between the two entities. Okay, these are the entities which are used to show the this relation between the your department. Okay, which symbols are used here? First one is your diamond, which shows the relation between the two entities. Okay, and rectangle. Rectangle is used to show the entity. Okay, the entity shows rectangle shows the your entity. Okay, then this is the line. Okay, the line is used to draw the line is used to draw the relation or the line between the relation and your entity. Okay, this is nothing but the flow of your entity. Okay, then weak entity course has a subject. Okay, means what? The subject is dependent on your course. Okay, so the your subject is the your weak entity. Okay, because of why weak entity? The subject is depends on your course. Okay, course decides the which are the subjects enrolled in your syllabus. Okay, computer department has different subjects, civil department has different subjects. This subject entity is dependent on your course. Okay, so this is has relation between the subject and your course. Okay, what is weak entity? The entity which is dependent on another entity, that is called as your entity. An entity is your real time thing. Okay, that may be a person, place, or anything. Okay, then attribute. What is attribute? Or attribute means the properties of your entity. Okay, attributes are used to show the properties of your entities. Okay, this is ellipse. Okay, ellipse is used for showing the attribute. Okay, the attribute is shown by your ellipse, and this is rectangle to show the entity. Okay, then student has three attributes. Which are they? Those ID, name, and address. These are the attributes of your student entity. Okay. Then attribute is also called as your column. Okay. Column in student database. These are the columns of your entity or your table. Okay. ID, name, address. These are the columns of your table. Which table? Student table. Okay. Then key attribute. Student has these three attributes. Okay. Address, name, and student ID. But key attribute means what? The attribute which defines or which show the uniqueness. Okay. Uniqueness means what? Student ID has unique value. Okay. Then name and address may be a duplicate value. Same address may show student may have the same addresses. Okay, then same name. Okay, then but student ID will be unique. Okay, so the student ID is a key attribute. Okay, then key attribute with shows with the underline. Okay, you have to show here underline. Okay, key attribute with underline. Okay, then multi-value attribute. Which are those? Student has these three attributes: address, name, phone number. Okay, these are the three attributes student entity have. Okay, in this phone number. Okay, a student may have different phone numbers or more than one phone number. Okay, students can have multiple phone numbers. So the phone number is the multi-value attribute which is shown by double ellipse. Okay, double ellipse. Okay, this is called a multi-value attribute. Okay, then next one is your derived attribute. Okay, in this student has two attributes. First one is name and second one is date of birth and age. Okay, but age is derived from your date of birth. Okay, so age is the your derived attribute. What is derived attribute? Derived attribute is the attribute which is derived from another attribute. Okay, so these are the representations of your ER diagram. Okay, we can map our cardinalities. Okay, our cardinalities by using the ER diagram also. Okay, how we will see this? How mapping cardinalities have four types. Okay, first one is your one to one. Okay, first one is your one to one. Okay, then many to one. many to one, then one to many, one to many, then many to many, many to many. Okay. So let's take an example. Teacher. Okay. A teacher. Teacher having attributes ID, name, and department. Okay. Then second entity, that is student. Okay. Student ID, name, and address. These are the attributes of your entity student, and these are the attributes of your entity teacher. Okay. There is a relation guide. Okay. Guide. One to one is what? One to one relationship show. You have to show two-side arrow. Okay. Two-side arrow with diamond. The relation shows diamond. Okay. These are, you have to use two-side arrow in one-to-one relationship of mapping cardinality. Okay. Mapping cardinality. Okay. What this is one-to-one relationship. Means what? One teacher can guide to the at most one student. Okay. This is the one-to-one relationship. Okay. Means what? If it, one student can take guidance of only at most one teacher, and one teacher can guide at most one student. This is the one-to-one relationship. Then second example, teacher has same attributes. Okay, guides. Student having same attributes. Okay. Many to one means what? Many students. Okay. Many teachers can guide to a single student. Okay. Many students can guide to a single student. Okay. Can guide a single student. Okay. We have to show the arrow to the many, to the left hand side. Okay, we have to show the arrow at the left hand side. Many teachers can guide this single student. Okay, this is the many to one relationship. Then next example, same attributes. Teacher means what? Guides. Okay, one teacher. Okay, one teacher can guide. One teacher can guide to the many students. Okay, you can show this category by using this diagram. One to many. One teacher can guide to many students. Okay, this is the third one. Okay, then last one, teacher, student, teacher, student, can guide. Many teachers can guide many students. This is the last, many to many. Okay. So these are the four types of your mapping cardinalities. Okay. You can show all these different representation by using your ER diagram. Okay. So we will see actual real example in next lecture. Okay. So today we stop here. This is all about the ER diagram. Then different symbols, spatial symbols used in your ER diagram, and then all these cardinalities which are represented by using different spatial symbols. Okay. So we stop here. Thank you.